the visceral fat is almost like an overspill. You know, it's almost like you get so fat, and I don't mean to be funny, it's almost like you get so fat that it spills over and starts to cover your organs to where now you have metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, because now you have fat around your organs and they're all cells and they can't communicate to one another.
Wow, so we're all the way back to cellular health again.
That's what it's all about at the end of the day. I call the cell your soul.
The cell is your soul.
Yeah.
Wow, your cell is your soul.
Yeah.
And that's really real, Anthony. And I feel where you're coming from with that. Because like when you talk about just the inspiration behind how your body evolves and changes, it begins in the cell.
It begins in the cell.
Just like your mind changes of your mind and your body begins in the soul.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So everything is connected.
Wow, very interesting. So just revisiting this, we're talking about burning fat, we're talking about burning visceral fat, burning subcutaneous fat. Let's talk about oxygen utilization. And you kind of covered this again, but just to kind of clarify it again. In order to burn fat, we have to bring oxygen into the body.
Yeah, absolutely. Cellular, we have every cell in your head, in your brain, is connected to every single muscle cell in your body.
Okay.
So if we're training improperly and we're going really, really fast, and our body is not really capable of keeping up with that really, really fast without working out. So you get fight or flight, you get angry at someone. What's gonna happen? Blood sugar is gonna rise, blood sugar is gonna fall, metabolism is gonna drop, you're gonna gain body fat. A lot of people get fat just from stress. The oxygen that goes into the cell, if you have too much fat around the cell, the oxygen can't get into the cell. If you bypass that cell, you can run as fast as you want. This is why everybody can work out.
Yes.
And personal training is like, I don't have my cell phone, but it's like having a cell phone.
Okay.
It's like it's been commoditized.
Right.
You know,
100%.
everyone's a professional, and no offense, guys, no pun intended, but you know, it's fatted out. Everybody knows what they're doing, even the people that don't know what they're doing. And you know, this Moses method is a God thing. I'm gonna be honest, it's a God thing, 1,000%, 1,000. But this it's really real. And when I say every cell has its own container, you may have one cell that lowers your blood pressure. Then you have another cell that makes you jump over something if something comes to get you. And you have another cell that keeps your joints stable. And this is how our muscles and our bodies function.
Wow. Okay. So this is pretty much the nucleus of how the Moses method works.
Amen.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Got it. So Anthony, I mean, you just touched on it just briefly a second ago, but we just want to make the statement very. You already laughed.
Clear.
Very. No, we want to make it plain. So obviously, there's so many trends out there. There's so many fads out there. What, in your words, just summing it up, what makes the Moses method so different? And you've already explained so much to us. What makes it so different, and why do you feel that the people out there really, really need to get connected to this process and get going in this?
I think that number one, you know, looking at the spiritual, your emotional, and then as far as when it comes to your physical, knowing how to be human. Eat like a human, think like you're supposed to, not getting angry. Little babies don't get mad, you know? So you have to be like as of a child, almost, to where you keep yourself I feel you, in a good state.
Yes.
And that's really what separates it. So the journaling, that's what separates it. The meditating,
Yes.
you know, the mindfulness piece that we do here. But most of all, the foods that we eat, having oxygen and making sure the body is alkalinic enough to where it can sweep out all of the trash, and it's easier for you to actually burn the fat and feel better.
Wow. So what I'm getting from this is what makes it different is the internal work and tools that we provide here, as well as the science.
Yes.
Wow. Anthony, anything else you want to share with us?
No, that's pretty much it. I say, you guys, it's time. It's time for a paradigm shift, and it's not about me. It's time. I mean, you guys know was it Corona? Is that what it's called? They got the coronavirus and all these viruses. You must know where your CO2 levels are. You must know these things, because even like I'm gonna give you a story. It was 2 years ago. You remember I had the little apartment
Yes,
fire.
yes.
And I had my boys over, and Christmas. It was like I think it was Christmas Eve, and even though there was no not CO2 but carbon monoxide in there,
Yes.
they said it was safe to sleep in there. Well, we slept in there. My son was sick the next morning. I said I'm gonna take him to the gym. I brought him up to the gym.
Yes.
I said I'm gonna stick him on the machine and see what the CO2 is. His CO2 was about 500 or 600, and his O2 was only like 184. So he was burning like 1,500 grams of carbohydrates.
Wow.
This is a 10-year-old, 70-pound little kid.
Right, and something like that will be like equivalent to an adult.
Adult usually, and most adults do walk around like that. And this is why people are getting sick.
Wow.
That's why they're getting sicker. So.
Wow, and you measured that in your 10-year-old son.
Amen. Yes, I did.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. So we're talking lifestyle.
Yeah, we're talking lifestyle.
Anthony. Wow.
We're talking things that we can't see. Being fit is more than we see on the outside.
Wow. And I think that's a perfect note to end this on. Being fit is more than what we see on the outside.
Yep.
And I'm just so honored to be a part of this, sir. Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much for your time, Anthony. And I'm
you.
so glad, because you being with you all these years, you truly exemplify that. And I've learned so much with you on your tutelage, and I'm proud to be a part of the Moses Method. Thank you so
sir.
much for your time.
Thank you.
Being fit is more than what we see on the outside.
All the time. In the gym and out of the gym.